do we finally have a robot vacuum that can actually mop. It doesn't have enough power to vacuum up all of these things. And how good is it at avoiding these? This is the Dreame Aqua 10 Roller AE, and here's everything that comes with it. Out of the box, you got a ramp for the charging station, a cleaning brush, a dust bag, cleaning solution, an owner's manual, and then the vacuum, charging dock, and quick start guide. This has got a microfiber roller that's 10 inches long and fed with 12 micro nozzles with an integrated scraper that removes dirty water into the holding tank. Not only is this a huge roller mop, but they've added some downward pressure. There is force pressing down against your floor as this thing mops it.
That seriously got every last little speck, did it not? Yeah. My wife is here to validate. Holy crap, that's pretty good. Go home, little buddy. You deserve it. You want to pat on the... Okay, good job. Is that what you need?
Mopping completed.
Yep, it was.
Returning to the dock to charge.
Now for this test, I set the robot to only mop, but you can set it to vacuum and mop or vacuum and then mop. I then set the water level to the highest level, did a normal pressure for the roller mop, and then selected deep clean. So as this robot goes around your house and it cleans, it sends all the water to a storage tank. When that tank gets full, it'll head back to the charging dock to clean the mop and then empty the tank. Or you can set an area size that when it hits that, it'll return and clean, or a time limit, or you can do it by room. Each time it goes back to clean, the mop head is washed with hot water and then air dried. Now, before you start mopping, you gotta take the front panel off, take the cleaning solution container out, and fill it up. Clean water, dirty water. Now when this thing is mopping, the roller mop shoots out from the side, and that way it gets right along the edge. What does 30,000 pascals of suction power look like? It looks like this. First is a fine powder test. There's a bunch of vacuums out there that really struggle sucking up those fine particles like baking powder, especially with a floor like mine that's a little bit grooved.
Here it comes. That's a lot of powder.
Okay, this was after just one pass. You're gonna do it one more time and see if you can get the rest of this. Okay, that is much, much better. So there's a little right there, and then along the edge here. But pretty dang good for small particle test. Let's take it up a notch. Every now and again, the side brush was hitting a few pieces out of the path of the vacuum, which is why I run these 2 times. Most of the time, that brush scooted it right in the center of the path. And when it did, the vacuum easily sucked them up. After the second pass was done, I went and had a look. Round 2 is done, and there's one piece here, one here, and one here. And now let's really put this thing to the test. If you're like me and you got kids, you probably have stepped on a few hundred or 1,000 of these. So of course I wanted to see if this vacuum could suck those up, so I wouldn't have to.
Oh, got it.
After the first pass, there were still some crumbs, but after the second pass, they were gone.
The goldfish test is done. I can't see a dang crumb.
Well, actually, there was one crumb, and it was right around the bend, right around the corner. It doesn't quite hug the corner. There's a little gap right there that it misses, and that's where that little crumb was hanging out at. That's pretty good for hardwood, but what about carpet? I added some baking powder, some oatmeal, and some goldfish, and then sent the vacuum to attack vigorously. This time there were 4 uncrushed goldfish that fell on the carpet, and this thing just sucked them up without any problem. After the first pass, it looked pretty good, but I decided to let it go on number 2, just to make sure everything was taken care of.
Well, what did you guys think?
There was no goldfish, no oats, and no white powder. Now you can customize each room, whether you want to vacuum, mop, or do both. There's different suction levels. For the review, I had it set to max suction. And then you can choose if you want to do a quick or standard cleaning. In the app, you can choose to have the side brush extend out to clean along the edges. You can turn the boost mode on to increase the power when vacuuming on carpets. I haven't seen this one before, but the mop has a cover that covers the mop head so it doesn't drag a wet mop along your carpet. And next, they have what they call Hyperstream, which is a detangling dual brush system that's gonna help funnel hair up to 11.8 inches long into the dustbin. There's a dustbin on the vacuum with a filter that can be taken out and washed. The dustbin will also auto-empty into the charging dock when it's done cleaning. Obstacle avoidance is pretty good. It did take out my keys towards the back and then just grazed everything else. And it can also climb over an inch. There's 3D light structure that will detect different surfaces of objects. So this is cushy and white, whereas over here, that's black, it's hard. Light's gonna reflect off of that a little bit differently and will be interpreted differently. Then it's called Slam Tech, S-L-A-M. And this tech is a slam dunk. No, this tech actually makes the robot ask 2 questions.
Where am I? And what does the space around me look like?
I gotta get out more. It took 10 minutes to map out my first floor. And when it was done, it labeled all of my rooms. Well, at least it tried to anyways. It got about 50% correct. I've tested a bunch of these robots and have never seen a robot do that.
Let me do your math homework.
In the app, you can merge 2 rooms together. For whatever reason, it blocked off this area as one room and then this area as a second room. So I just merged them together. And then with this room, this is my living room, dining room, and kitchen. It just made it one big room. So in the app, I drew a line right here to divide them. I wanted a living room, a dining room, and a kitchen. And that is what I got. Yeah, power move. Once I had everything separated, I labeled the rooms. And if the name of the room isn't in the list that they give you, you can just write it in. I then added some no-go zones. I went to add a threshold for my laundry room, this little piece right here. But as I zoomed in, the robot already marked it for me. Mapping's getting better.
Next is world domination.
I also haven't seen it identify furniture before. It knew there was a couch there, 2 chairs here. I mean, how does it know? Hopefully it didn't go into my office and take a peek at my wallet.
I did.
If it misses a piece of furniture, you can just add it. It knew that something was here, it just didn't know what this was. It's a fiddle fig, by the way, in case you're curious. They didn't have that option in the app, so I just marked it as a plant. The last thing I added was a curtain. Do we have a robot vacuum that can actually mop? Yes, we do. That footprint was muddy and sloppy, and that thing just took care of it. Was it powerful enough to suck up baking powder, oats, and fishes? On the hardwood floor, it pretty much got close. But on the carpet, it cleaned it all up. How good is it at obstacle avoidance? It took out my keys, but pretty much left everything else alone. I've got the link below if you want to check it out. And if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. And that's pretty much it. So I'm just gonna take this brush and it might actually be nice to brush my hair with this thing. Yeah, oh, that's nice.